What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Kofi Kingston, a.k.a. 1/3 of the New Day. You're not going to say it with me, sir? Yeah, come on, you better participate. Let's try it again. 1/3 of the New Day, and you are watching The Young and the Wrestlers. Ha 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 ha.
Welcome to The Young and the Wrestlers, the Pop Culture's WWE podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Betson, alongside...
Oh, shit. Hi, I'm Jem.
Actually, that's that may, in fact, be my favourite so far.
Yeah.
This is our SmackDown in review, and this comes at you every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. on your podcast services, 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you want to join that wrestling conversation, head over to facebook.com/group/The Pop Culturist, Twitter, Discord, links down below area. If you want to support the show, as well as watch us record this show live, head over to patreon.com/The Pop Culturist. Support us at any dollar value. Get yourself a nice little sneaky link where you watch the show live. Apparently that yawn came out of nowhere. But if you want to support us in a once-off fashion, though, head over to popculture.com/shop where you can buy shirts and other sort of shit with our logos on it. And we are also on Twitch, twitch.tv/thepopculturists. Finally got here, Jem.
Yeah.
Finally.
Better late than never, right? Better late than never.
So we are recording this on a Sunday night. We do normally record our SmackDown review on a Monday. But with TLC... wrapping up, so this time tomorrow we'll probably be watching TLC. Let's get this done now. Saying that though, I had just recorded for the players, and then that was been exporting, so I'm like, shit, I've got to do this show with Jem. I need to get this ready now, so then we can record the show without any hiccups. And then what the fuck does it do? It give hiccups. So
yeah. Technology's supposed to be
it's
intelligent my ass.
Yeah, artificial stupidness.
Exactly.
Yeah, fucking. Oh well. Anyway, how you been, man? How you been?
Yeah, good. I had a big weekend, which was nice. Like, just got to hang out with my housemates and have some fun. Worked on Saturday. Back to work on Tuesday. Nothing too exciting, really. How about yourself?
That's good. Well, he's had a bit of a fun weekend. Just cool. Yeah, a pretty boring weekend.
Aww.
Yeah, about to go on holidays. So that's pretty
exciting.
Yeah. I'm sure I can just do more boring things on holidays. Okay. I'm getting excited. I'm just going to put a segue. I'm like, was SmackDown boring this week?
It was a show.
Okay, yes, I can run with that. Speaking of boring, SmackDown this week. So let's jump into the show. Just for funsies, this was out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Let's take a look at some of the big storylines that were coming out of this. We'll kick things off with the big one, the King Corbin versus Roman Reigns. This is continuing on with Roman Reigns, as the promo material said, he was unchained this week. But we didn't see him for a whole lot of the episode.
No.
So instead, we get this weird sort of New Day versus Corbin.
Yeah, it's like Kofi challenges Corbin because they don't think that Corbin should be in any form of leadership, and he just pulls out you want to be the locker room leader, like came from friggin' nowhere. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Kofi issues the challenge, Corbin accepts, so later tonight we're having a match, Corbin versus Kofi.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I can't even rationalize it. I'm just like, okay.
I guess we haven't... Oh, no, we have seen Corbin in action, so it kind of doesn't... Yeah.
Yet even then, so this does sort of escalate to a point where we get a tag team, so the Big E and Kofi versus Baron and Dolph. We've seen Dolph and Ziggs, fight earlier in the year, so that's not new. I don't really care about...
Corbin, you mean?
What'd I say?
You said Dolph and Ziggs.
Sorry, Kofi and Ziggs fought it out earlier in the year for the championship. So that
should have been him.
Yeah. So throwing back the should have been him storyline. So I'm not excited by that. I didn't want to see Baron versus Kofi, so I don't have any excitement there. I like Big E. I see Big E all the time. I don't mind. But it's just, I don't know.
It was weird that there was like, it was like Dolph Ziggler got kicked out, and then the match ended in a DQ because Dolph Ziggler wouldn't leave and attacked Big E. And Big E's like, "You want to fight? We'll have it now." And then at next minute, it's a tag team match, which ends in a DQ as well because they decide to like chain Kofi up and knock out Big E, and then try and dump dog food on him.
See,
Roman
that's
out.
dumb. You know why this is dumb? Because even some minor creative thought could have gone into this, right?
Yeah.
If I was King Corbin, I wouldn't put dog food on Kofi because you know what that means? That means nothing. There is no dog connection to Kofi.
Exactly.
You know what they should have done? Poured fucking pancake batter on him.
Yeah.
That would have worked.
Yeah,
it's still embarrassing. They're still being covered in something that they don't want to be. But it's on character, right? It's way more on character. Or like milk and cereal from like the old Bootios days. Yeah, man. Like what they've done here is dumb.
Yeah, definitely. It was a big old bag of like nothing just to have a big pop when Roman Reigns comes out because it'd been teased all night that he was there destroying like King Corbin's entourage of porters or whatever they're called. Just everywhere King Corbin seemed to walk outside, like there was destruction. Like his locker room was broken up, and all these like people were knocked out. So it was all leading to one big thing, and it was kind of disappointing.
It was like, and I don't really I didn't really feel that it kind of added to what we're about to see at TLC with King Corbin versus Roman Reigns in a TLC match. Like none of it here kind of seems to fit. It's just. There is no connection between Roman Reigns and the New Day aside from that they're faces. Like there's nothing there to kind of pull at that emotive tender. Like I can't understand Corbin's decision here. Just like whatever. It's not feeling it. Yeah, like the only thing they could do is the Revival gets involved at the back end of it.
Yeah, they did too.
And because knowing that they have a match against the New Day at TLC, which is now confirmed to be a ladder match. Yes, but it's just...
real lackluster.
Yeah, because like...
It was just trying to fit something in where it didn't fit type thing for me.
Yeah, like the storyline's already been kind of meh to begin with, and they're kind of pulling at straws anyway. And then now to add this onto the pile, it's just not... It's not there.
I'm really not. I don't care for this match. Straight up, just don't care for it.
Yeah, and the problem is it's got a main event, the pay-per-view.
Yeah, of course.
It's what's going to happen. And then...
It's never worth it.
Not at all. Let's keep moving on through to the storyline that's still going for some reason. I can't understand why this is still going.
Yeah.
Fire and Desire versus the Twisted Sisters. So that's Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross, yep.
Once again, this is the same problem we had last week. This infatuation that Mandy has wanting to be the best looking woman on the roster, which, as I said last week, she fucking isn't.
Yeah, but didn't Alexa have this fight with Nia Jax like at the start of the year, last year or something?
Oh, probably.
Because I feel like there was a whole thing with Alexa Bliss being like, "I'm pretty than you, Nia Jax," and then Nia Jax defeated it was
a whole bullying angle. That's right.
Yeah, so it's been done before with Alexa Bliss involved. Like it's, it's just the tables have turned this time, and it's not Alexa doing the bullying; it's Alexa being bullied. At the hands of Nikki Cross, and it's same but different, and it's just I hate recycled material. And like I'm really disappointed with this week's show. Like, don't get me wrong, it was super cool. Like, we didn't see much of Alexa in the ring, which sucked. But the way the match ended with it looked like Sonya and Mandy were gonna back suplex Nikki Cross, and then Alexa pulled Mandy out, and Nikki turned it into a twisted twisted neck breaker, and she got the pin off that before Mandy was even out of the ring. It was real quick. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is going anywhere. I don't know. They don't have a match at TLC, do they?
Well, no. But the thing is, right, they probably have a kickoff show, right? Because like looking at the card as it stands, it's like, okay, well, what fits where, right? But even then, how does this get resolved? What is the resolution? Does Mandy then have to forfeit her place as the prettiest woman on the roster? And then 2, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Like, oh, congratulations, you are the prettier one. But fuck.
Yeah. And for what?
As we said before, and we'll say it again, how is this shit still coming out? This is old ass WWE. This is petty. This is bull crap, and we should not be watching this stuff. Period.
100%.
Like, kayfabe removed for a minute. Like, this is crap.
Yeah, it's absolute shit. It's a tired storyline that just gets recycled to fill time, and it's not worth it.
Yeah, but you don't see any of the dudes being like, I'm the more attractive dude. We should fight about being attractive dudes. It doesn't happen. So it's what happens when you get men writing for women. Now, I cannot write any better. I'm not saying that I could. If they said, what's the storyline you could do for Mandy and Sonya, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is what it is. Like, he's like, apparently it's what men fight about. I don't know. Is it, Jem? speaking for all women?
Not particularly, no.
That's my point. That's my fucking point. Ball bags.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely ridiculous. And as a woman who's grown up with the WWE and, the women's evolution and where it's come to today, this is literally like 700 steps back. Like, this is just taking us back to the days when they had, like, bikini matches and pillow fight matches and shit like that. Like, just dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb. In the words of Randy Orton, it's stupid.
Love it. Next up, let's have a chat about, I guess this is probably a bit of a once-off, really. There doesn't seem to be any long aim here. But Zayn, Shinsuke with Cesaro against the Heavy Machinery guys?
Yeah. I don't know. There was obviously this big old thing backstage with Otis Tucker and Sami Zayn. They're like, got you for Secret Santa, here it is, and it's a ham, and he's like, I'm a vegan, and chucks this big old stink.
I also thought Sami Zayn was Jewish, so that's even worse.
Yeah. No, he's vegan, and yeah, he kicks up this big stink about it, and then like Otis and Tucker get real nasty because he's like, how can you deal with this idiot Otis? He's so dumb and stupid, and yeah, Cesaro and Shinsuke walk up after like Sami's about to get like belted, and they're just like, oh, okay, and they walk away, but Cesaro like picks up the ham and throws it on the ground, and like poor Otis is pissed.
You don't fuck it up. You don't fuck with man's ham.
Yeah, exactly it. Jeez. And then yeah, it just ends up in like they have a tag match against Shinsuke, Blue Collar Solid versus the Artists. Yeah, and unfortunately they do lose the match to Shinsuke and Cesaro. Again, it just felt really fillerish.
Yeah. Like, I'll admit, Sami Zayn on fire in the entrance. He was just so, like, the skanking. So
energetic.
Being the hype man made me really happy. I actually chuckled out loud when I was watching it. It was really good.
Yeah, he was everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I don't know. I could be in a bad mood, and I probably am in a bad mood, but...
Yeah. I think the way the show started put me in a bad mood for it. At this point, like, I don't really have anything good to say about it. It was kind of just, like... It's supposed to be the go-home episode, and, we had a lot happen in Raw, and then this.
Well, it's I don't know what it is, but the idea that this is, like, 2 days before the pay-per-view... Really, you think they'd be like? You think people get fucking like hard? You want like people chomping at the bit to want to watch TLC, right?
Yeah.
And I'm watching this. And I'm like, I don't fucking want to watch TLC.
Yeah, it's one of those like I feel like this pay per view for me is going to be a chore. It's not going to be something I'm going to enjoy.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching the shows. Like I had fun watching Raw this week and SmackDown last week, and now I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, it really is bumming out. And, you mentioned last week, we are going on holidays. And, yeah, I kind of can't wait for a break because this, like I said, it feels like a chore now. Like, it feels like I, have to do it. And I don't want to do it because I have to, but it's the end of the year and we're almost there. But, I feel like if we were to do over the holidays, like, it just... There's no point.
That's what it feels like. It feels like that the effort here is minimal. Not from us.
It feels like they're on holidays. It feels like they've taken their Christmas holidays and they're done.
They're like, look, yeah, we've got TLC. What can we do for TLC? And then, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's been any thought aside from, oh, shit, we have to one in December, right? And then there'll be a bunch of fart between now and then. Between like TLC, and then like, I don't know, 2 weeks before Rumble, which is when we come back, so that's handy. You know, it's just this dead period, quiet period. Okay. Like, but then saying that, like, NXT next week has a killer show. Absolute killer show. They've got, you know, Finn Balor versus Adam Cole for the NXT Championship, Shayna versus Rhea for Rhea Ripley and for the Women's Championship. Yep. They're bangers. That's gonna be so good.
NXT knows what it's up.
Next up was a match between Shorty G and Ali against the Revival. This was essentially just a final match before the pay-per-view. Yeah, the
Revival showcase match.
Yep, giving them one more shot before the pay-per-view. You enjoyed it, at least the start of it.
Oh my god, funniest thing. So if you look it up on YouTube, when Dash Wilder was coming out, he's sort of done his little spin thing, but he's like misestimated where he needed to be, and he like tripped over the entry, like the little like angled things at the entryway, like falls straight on his ass, and you see him yell out. He's like,
Scott!
Dawson!
Yeah, Scott!
I fell! And he's like so excited about it. He's pissing himself laughing. Ali and Shorty G are pissing themselves laughing. Dawson's just like full stone face, like, let's keep going, man. And he's just laughing and like ripping open his jacket. He's like, it's my new character! Like, funniest thing ever. Like, he just 100%, like, it just made me so happy because it was just so funny and he just went with it. You know, the show must go on type thing. Like, just absolutely nailed the recovery on that one, and beautiful. Absolutely, it made the show for me. That was like that was the one for me. Like, if we were rating at this point, that alone would give the show a 1 because it was just so funny and it made me laugh so much because it was just so sweet. And then they replayed it and I was like, oh, honey.
But yeah, it's just like that childlike glee of, hey, I fell.
Yeah, he's like, look, I fell down. Look at me. Like, he seemed excited about it. He's like, hey, look what I did.
It's just complete, yeah, it's just like, actually, it's like, oh, fuck. Wow, how did I get down?
Falling. Yeah, so good.
It was cool. It was a good break of character. It was a good break of their character, and I enjoyed it. Kind of added this bit of fun.
Yeah, exactly. It shows that, like, even though they're the stone face, we're going to do an old school tag team. They can still have fun.
That's it. But either way, they kicked the shit out of Shorty G and Ali.
Of course they did. Like I said, it's the Revival showcase match.
Yep. Okay. Because once again, it's just paired up together for no just to give him that one win ahead, which could, you know, using
50-50 booking, I guarantee.
Yeah, using wrestling math, like, you know, New Day lost.
Dynamath.
You know, yeah, you use the math. New Day lost. Revival won. New Day hold.
Well, technically, the New Day doesn't lose. With a DQ, like, technically they didn't lose because the loss was on Corbin and that for, changing things. So the New Day technically didn't lose.
Do you reckon they'll get involved in the main event? Because it's a TLC match, no DQ.
Oh, I think it's a definite possibility.
Because no doubt Dolph Ziggler will be hanging around. Robert Roode won't because he's suspended.
Because he's suspended.
Like, they like how they address like, oh, he's off injured. I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah, no, it's hard to say. I think it's a definite possibility, but I'm not gonna put money on it.
Oh, excuse me. This next match, right up your alley. This all set up between Bayley and Lacey. Sort of continues. So Drake Maverick is gone from the Dana Brooke picture, but she's still hanging out with Elias. And this time Bayley gets involved.
Yeah, so Bayley's having an interview, and while she's talking about whatever she's talking about, I don't listen to Bayley anymore because I don't believe her. You hear a guitar strum, and she goes storming over to Elias, and she's like, you know, I'm trying to have an interview over here, like, you're like champion, rah rah rah, and he's just like, hey, like, calm down, chill out. I got you for Secret Santa, and I thought I'd give you a song. And he starts singing basically about how shit she is. And it's hilarious. Dana Brooke's, like, giggling in the background, and, like, Bayley's like, you think this is funny? Meet me in the ring right now. And like Dana's like, challenge accepted. And the next minute, Dana's in the ring and there's a match against Bayley, which was awesome. Not to like Dana Brooke. She did do a sweet little powerbomb, nod to her boyfie. Did you not see?
Oh, I saw the pop-up album. The term boyfie made me giggle.
Yeah. So it's seeming pretty serious between her and Batista because she did tweet at him, I was thinking of you, babe. And he's like, girl, I told you got to shake the shit out of those ropes and all this other shit. I know he said woman with an exclamation mark. And I was like, oh, daddy. But yeah, I was just like, talk to me like that, Batista. Damn. But yeah, it was so funny. It's like, shake the shit out of them ropes and then, you know, I'll teach you how to do a proper Batista bomb. He's like, you know, I'll teach you next time we get together or whatever. And I was like, woo, they getting serious. And that's why Dana's getting screen time and good for her.
Well, that's the one advantage.
Right people and you get put in the right place.
That's what I'm saying. You get that attention on social media. Social media is so huge and important to the WWE. So if they run that social media right, like they come out with an advantage here.
Exactly.
And it's worth doing. 100% worth doing. But yeah, the weird Chris Dana.
Yeah.
Simple. Which is expected.
No, Bayley.
Bayley, what'd I say?
Dana.
Bayley won, not Dana.
Yeah.
I'm tired. But yeah, Bayley won.
It's a bit of a blur because it was kind of also a bit of a throwaway. Like, it's always awesome to see Dana in the ring because she's super, super strong. Like, that Batista bomb was badass. But, yeah, it was predictable. Just a throwaway match.
See, once again, this is adding presumably to the feud with Lacey, but Lacey's nowhere to be seen here.
Yeah.
We have no confirmation of a match at TLC for the SmackDown Women's Championship, unless something happens overnight, which I doubt it.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Who knows? Maybe something will happen backstage at TLC that'll lead to a match. I
just don't understand what they're doing with this episode. This episode is fucking garbage.
Yeah, it was a big old garbage fire.
Ending our show here. We'll chat about the continuation of the Bray Wyatt, Miz, Daniel Bryan thing.
Now this was cool.
This was cool. So there was an interview at Miz's LA home with Renee Young, and there was an awesome awesome interview.
Yeah, it was so good to see Renee, and yeah, just to see how different Miz is after that exchange last week.
Yeah, so they throw back to 2016 with the little feud on Talking Schmack.
When Renee and Daniel Bryan went head to head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Renee Young's like, you know, you obviously have a heated relation with Daniel Bryan. Like, why are you so fixated on finding him? And the Miz is like, you know, I wish I had a straight answer for you, but I don't. He's like, I have to. You know, I know how much he means to SmackDown, the locker room, to all of us. Like, even though I personally don't like him, I know that we need him, so we have to find him. And then Maurice comes screaming, she's yelling down the house. She's like, Mike! And he gets up, and they've got the baby monitor with their eldest, and she's playing with a rambling rabbit. So they freak out, and they look back at the thing, and then she's got all the toys. So Abby the Witch is in there, and
Huskus
the Buzzard and stuff. Yep, Huskus is in there as well. And they go sprinting up 3 flights of stairs to get to her. And when they get her out of the cradle, she's freaking out. She's having fun with the teddies until they get in there, and she's freaking out. And there's this doll painted with fake dreadlocks and stuff like that, just looking real awkward.
The Fiend makeup.
Yeah, exactly. And the Miz is just get out of my house. You guys need to leave right now. Get out. And Maurice is screaming, get out. And the kids are crying. And it was intense. It was
really good.
But it was really fucking cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Really cool.
Yeah, just the tone that it had overall was really, really cool.
Yeah, and then that did lead into a Firefly Funhouse segment, which I found super interesting because Bray Wyatt does discuss the whole concept of Daniel Bryan not being around. And he's like, I think he's still with him. Which begs the question, are we seeing The Fiend at TLC with The Miz, or are we seeing Bray Wyatt?
Well, that's the thing. So the match is for Bray Wyatt. It's not for The Fiend. The match is for Bray Wyatt.
And that's what I was thinking, because every other match we've seen, The Fiend versus The Fiend. So, or The Fiend Bray Wyatt. But this is just purely Bray Wyatt. So I'm curious to see if it is going to be... Yeah, because after the Funhouse, Bray Wyatt had the Miz and Mrs. intro photo, but it was him instead of the Miz there with with what's her name? Monroe. So yeah, very interesting. It'll be interesting to see Bray Wyatt in the ring.
I still don't think we will. I think the Miz will make his way into the ring. Firefly Funhouse will come on the screen, and he's like, "All right, I'm about to come in," and then he won't come in. Instead, we'll have some fucked up Daniel Bryan who will come in, kick the shit out of the Miz, and then the match won't be able to happen.
You think?
Interesting. It's the reason we haven't seen, like, because what they've done here is like, so the Feud, so Bray Wyatt in all his cerebral fucking with, he's fucked with two people that don't like each other. But he's kind of playing devil's advocate for both of them. He's pushing either of them in the right way. So whether he be pushing Daniel to bring the yes movement. Miz is like, you don't need the yes movement, so he's pushing at Miz. Pushing at Miz's weak points, right? He's feeding both these different bears at once. And then I feel he's going to force those two bears to be in the same ring together.
Interesting.
Because that's what we're seeing. So all we're seeing from Bray Wyatt and The Fiend is change. It's all about going in there and manipulating people once they let him in. So he gets in there, he messes with their brain or their understanding of the particular situations, and then bounces out. And if you look at with the War, right, it's all about these people that have quote unquote been changed by The Fiend, right? Except for Jerry looking Law, who's still a fuck. But
yeah, we're seeing it with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, Seth Rollins has changed. Finn Balor has changed. So I think I think that's 100% here. What's going to happen here? We're going to see it. So we've seen a change in the Miz.
1.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen the change in the Miz here. The Miz isn't the sort of fun-loving guy that he normally is, right? Like, he's still very passionate and competitive and whatnot, but he's always kind of lighthearted and jovial.
Yeah, but now he's not
serious. Daniel Bryan went against this whole movement that he shat in the face of. And although he may be returning to more of a face role, like, I think there's still damage there because he talks about being mentally unstable, and that connection to Bray he has because of that. So if anything, once that barrier is dropped and Bray Wyatt is in there, could get him to anything potentially.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so it was pretty fascinating actually. With what they could do with this. Will they do any of what we just suggested? No. No, not that foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Not that forward thinking.
Yeah, that's very true.
But anyway, that was a pretty trashy episode of SmackDown.
Yeah, I don't know. It felt so long, but it felt so quick as well. I guess because one story was drawn out throughout the whole show instead of having multiple pieces, and there was only a couple of matches in there, so I don't know, it just felt, it just didn't feel right. Yeah, the issue that I have, it's not like you said, it's a go home show. They should be leading to TLC. They should be getting you excited for TLC. They should be getting everyone on the edge of their seats. Yeah, be like, I cannot wait. It feels like we're on the opposite side of it. It feels like the show after, and everything's just dying down, and there's nowhere for anything to go right now. Yeah. Because what we should be looking at this going, how can we get excited for the Revival versus New Day? And they're like, all right, how can we get excited for... there's ladders, woo. Yeah, like, they got ladders now. I'm like, okay. There's still no chairs match. Okay. The Revival did put out a video saying that they feel like the WWE is trying to stomp on them again because they know that they're not high flyers and they are more grounded superstars, and the New Day are like high flyers, so that's going to be in their advantage.
But they're not.
Kofi maybe.
Kofi's barely. Like there's been there's been discussions I remember earlier in the year about him calling him a high flyer. He's like, he's not. He isn't.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of does like some free fall stuff, but he doesn't flip and do all these extra things. Like, if anything, he steps up slightly higher.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, Big E's a unit. He doesn't get up high. Like,
doesn't need to.
Exactly. And that, like, so this argument that the New Day are this flippy doodah team is just wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I guess that's where the excitement comes from, is seeing how they utilize the weapons at their disposal. So that should be some fun.
Yeah, I'm not feeling anything. We laid down.
Yeah, no, neither.
So we laid down all our predictions in our Raw chat. So there's nothing we can do here. Plus, this airs after TLC, so all of this may in fact be irrelevant. So if you are listening, thank you very much. as always.
But we can always compare notes.
That's right. We can always have a look because we will have our TLC in review. It will go up Wednesday morning, and that'll be the final Young and the Restless for the year. We'll have about 2 weeks off. Come back 2 weeks off. Yeah, 3 weeks off. Come back in mid-Jan. Ahead, getting ready for the Rumble. I'm excited for Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble was a ton of fun last year.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a new year. It's going to be new wrestling. We've got the new show layout. Like, it's going to be good. I'm really excited for 2020.
What I'm looking forward to is just the fun and the predicting of Rumble. That's what I want to do. I want to look at everything we've done that's come before us. Just bullshit.
And then moving into WrestleMania and stuff. Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
Very, very cool. But anyway,
it was always a fun one.
That's correct. That was our SmackDown analysis. Comes at you every Tuesday morning on your podcast services, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you want to join that wrestling conversation, head over to facebook.com/group/thepopculturist, Twitter, Discord, links, description down below area. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/thepopculturist, get yourself a nice little sneaky link where you can watch us record this show live. We are also on at Twitch, twitch.tv/thepopculturist, and I forgot to mention popculturist.com/shop. We can buy shirts and other sort of shit with our logos on it. If you do like this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, all that sort of junk. Give it the reviews on your podcast service of choice. Anyways, thank you very much, Jem. Once again, apologies on the wait. Stupid premiere is stupid.
Don't stress. It was literally the shortest show we've done yet because there's literally nothing to it.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Content for content's sake.
That's right. Let's hope TLC is better.
Have my fingers crossed that they're just going to pull something crazy out of their ass and I'm going to be blown off my feet.
I'm expecting to be bummed.
I am expecting... Prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
But until we talk about TLC, I'm Ryan Betson.
And I'm Jen.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
The Young and the Restless, the Pop Culturist WWE podcast, is fan support over at Patreon at patreon.com/thepopculturist. And we'd like to thank our Patreon producers and our Patreon founders for their kindness, their support, and their generosity. Our Patreon founders: Alpha Ferret, Craig O'Flaherty, David Chataway, Jesse Stevenson, and Jacob Garner. And our Patreon producers: AJ Abatomi, Damien Holdies, Kyle Dunn, Lee Wintershoven, Nathan Massetti, Paul James, Pure Mongrel, and Sean Levitt.